trade in the NBA in a very long time. And let's talk about the impact of Simmons for Harden. Starting in Brooklyn, the Nets have a new big three as Simmons will join KD and Kyrie. Now, how often they'll play together is contingent on how soon Simmons will be ready and Kyrie's availability. So the questions remain. Meanwhile, Harden goes to Philly to join Joel Embiid, giving the Sixers a duo whose combined scoring average is just under 53 points a game this season. And that's with Harden not having played anywhere near his best. In terms of winning the East, Caesar still has the Nets as the favorite. The Sixers are the second choice. Last night during the All-Star draft, KD avoided selecting one player in particular.
Yeah, need some size and some defense in the interior.
Yeah.
Especially with Giannis and LeBron James
Without question.
Such great basketball this year. I need somebody to offset that, so I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert.
He hasn't played. Is he healthy?
Who's that?
James, he hasn't played.
He's
like,
missed,
what happens if he doesn't?
Oh, he got traded. He's healthy now.
He's missed the last three with a hammy. See, and now we know why LeBron carries a clipboard with him to the
Hey,
draft.
LeBron,
Oh, my
trust
gosh,
me right now,
man.
he's rubbing some ice hot on that thing. He's playing the next game.
No questions.
I can't with y'all.
He's
Awesome.
healthy now, ain't he?
Oh, those guys are very, very well done. All right, Jay Will is here from KJM on ESPN Radio. Let's start with that. How about KD snubbing Harden in the All-Star draft?
So here's what I was thankful for yesterday. We got a gift from the basketball gods.
Yeah.
Kenny. The last time we had a rivalry, you said in the Eastern Conference, what, 25 years ago?
I would say the last real Eastern Conference rivalry would have been Bulls-Knicks in the late 90s.
So this is palpable now, right?
Yep.
The fact that Ben Simmons didn't want to be in Philly, all Philly fans hate him. Joel Embiid hates him. The way James Harden got himself out of Brooklyn, that scenario you just watched with Kevin Durant, not choosing him, choosing Rudy Gobert over James Harden for the All-Star reserve draft list. I mean, come on, with the Kyrie Irving drama, with the GMs, Daryl Morey and Sean Marks, this is a real rivalry, and we're going to get our first taste March 10th.
Right, March 10th, it will be their first meeting. We hope that we will get 7 more of them at some point in May. If those teams played each other in a best-of-7 series, who would you pick?
Well, what's my Kyrie Irving situation?
Let's say Kyrie is not eligible to play home games.
Then I would, if the 76ers have a better end-up record, I would probably take the 76ers in this. But the interesting thing is I think that GM Daryl Morey, I think he got fleeced. I mean, you're talking about
How so?
two first-round picks, Andre Drummond, Seth Curry, and Ben Simmons to a divisional rival. And the fact that, look, James Harden, he elevates your team. I hear you. You'll have a legit chance. But he's also injury prone. I think that the Nets have gotten better for 3 to 4 years because they locked in Ben Simmons for the 3 years of his deal. I think it gives him a longer runway. I don't know if that runway is the same with the 76ers.
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But let me make the counter argument. Those first-round picks are going to be late first-round picks, right? 20-something. So you very seldom get a superstar player there. Second, what are you getting in Ben Simmons? What is it? He hasn't played all year.
Okay.
All right. He hasn't played a game since last June in Game 7. He's had whatever issues that he has had since then. What's he going to be in Brooklyn?
You're getting one of the best defensive players there is in the game of basketball. And you're getting somebody that is a one-man fast break transition. And guess what? The team is built around him the right way. They both occupied the dunker spot, him and Joel Embiid. And as much anger that Philly fans had for Ben Simmons last year, I can put a lot of blame on Doc Rivers and the way he used Ben Simmons in that rotation. Once again, not making any excuses for Ben not shooting the ball. That's on Ben. He should own that. But Doc has a lot of blame there, too. Now look at the pieces you're surrounding him with Brooklyn. Dynamic weapons, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry. You can use Andre Drummond at the right spot when he's not on the floor, Ben Simmons. You're surrounding him and you're building a team around him the same way the Milwaukee Bucks are built around Giannis. That's the key to success for Ben Simmons.
All right, Seth Curry has had a very good year. Drummond is a nice piece. Yes. Philly gives up those guys in the moment. They were getting nothing from Simmons, so that, at least for the purposes of this season, is irrelevant, and neither are the draft picks.
Yep.
So you lose those guys, you bring in Harden. Is Philly now the team to beat in the Eastern Conference?
They better be. They better be the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. That's why you went all in for Daryl Morey for James Harden right now. And here's the big question for James Harden. What will people look at James Harden's legacy to be? Because before this past year and a half, one of the most innovative scorers to ever play the game.
Right.
Dynamically, offensively dynamic, so incredible to watch, right? But now when you start thinking about the way he's forced himself away from Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, his career started off where? In OKC with KD and Russ, right? I didn't find me yet. I want to go somewhere else to find me. Fine, you left that situation. Fast forward all the players he has played with to the fact that you leave the greatest trio that never was.
Right.
You leave KD and Kyrie. You better win a world championship either this year or next, or your legacy is going to be somebody who's choked in the playoffs and somebody who runs away when things get tough.
I'm with that. And he couldn't make it work with Westbrook, and he couldn't make it work with Chris Paul
CP3.
and all of these different guys. So why will it work with Embiid?
Because I think this has a chance to be the most dynamic pick and roll that the game of basketball has ever seen. And I'll tell you, there's something to be said about when you're in your comfort spot. Michael Rubin and him are very, very close. Michael Rubin posted about it last night, like, I got my guy. His relationship he's had with Daryl Morey. But the big question that will come down to this puts a lot of pressure on Doc Rivers. He's got voted top 15 greatest coaches of all time. I'm telling you, I watched some Philadelphia games where you start to question some of the scenarios that Doc Rivers runs in games. So all eyeballs will be on this coach. He couldn't get it done with the Clippers. You heard rumors around the way Paul George, Kawhi Leonard thought about him. Now you have the best opportunity to win the Eastern Conference. It will come down to coaching of Doc Rivers.
Right, he's got 20-something games to sort of figure out how to use those guys. It's going to be fascinating. Get back on the radio, my friend. Thank you so much, Jay Will, as always. And I want to know what you think. I've got a poll up on Twitter right now at ESPN Greeny, and here it is. And give me your vote. Right now, who wins the East? Based on this trade and everything that's happened, who you got? Milwaukee. Still Milwaukee.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.